No. We're actually going to stay here. Alexis is still an archer. What we are going to do is we are going to do 2 quests at once. Or like 2 quests that are going to be very easy to do. If you know what you're doing. We're gonna cheese them a bit, but you know, that happens. The game is hard. We cheese it. Don't curse me? Okay, we managed to dodge all the curses, which is good. But we're not gonna be concerned with clearing out this place just yet. Oh my god. Nice. Quickly go up. And enter the Icewind Keep. If you want, you can go ahead and clear out the beginning portion of the dungeon, but I really don't want to do that at this point. Right, we have enchant item as our quick spell. Let's have sparks because there are going to be melee enemies here. I desperately need to level up my... Actually, we're gonna go with poison spray because that's probably gonna deal more damage than sparks at this point. Okay, heroism and bless. We are going to be tackling ogres, and we are going to be tackling guards, both of which we've already come across. But this time they are going to have, you know, like... They're going to be stronger. And as you can see, there's going to be a ton of them. However, we are going to be completely safe while killing that incredibly large group of monsters, and already first hit the captain destroys my plate mail. And this is a... Like, if you do this dungeon properly, this is a fairly difficult dungeon, because, you know, captains hit hard, ogres hit hard as well, and it's just like, it's a nasty dungeon, right, if you do it properly. However, we are absolutely not going to do it properly. We are going to cheese the heck out of it, because, oh, we want to do this dungeon efficiently. One thing to note about the elemental damage and the added damages that we have on our, you know, weapons is that the damage that gets added due to enchantments does not actually show on the text that scrolls by, you know. For example, Serena hits that monster for that amount of damage. It actually hits a said monster. This is a given. This is basically a 100% drop in this dungeon. This is a super good sword, and hopefully... Yes! Okay, we got a very good enchantment. It's a very, very good enchantment, and we're going to give this one to... who got the better enchantment? Okay, we're gonna give this one to Roderick. We're also going to enchant this heavy poleaxe of Doom. No, oh no, the combination is way better. Like this heavy poleaxe is a fairly good weapon, but two-handed weapons just cannot hold a candle to dual wielding one-handed ones in terms of damage and accuracy. Oh, one thing that I forgot to note. I think I said it before, but I'm just going to quickly repeat it again. When enchanting weapons, the value of a weapon that you want to enchant has to be 225 or above. Which is different to armor and, you know, rings and such, because armor and rings and such need to be at a value of 450 or above to be able to enchant them. Otherwise, you cannot enchant those items. Okay. Green, orange... Orange, so I'm just gonna give the intellect to you until we hit like 50. Endurance, everybody needs that one. So just going to spread it out. Empty barrel, empty barrel. What do we have here? Orange, blue, white. Who needs luck? A lot of people need luck, okay? And then blue and orange, okay. So I'm giving intellect primarily to my sorcerer. I'm giving personality primarily to my cleric, but only until I hit like 50. And then I'm going to start giving intellect and personality to my archer and paladin respectively. Because for now, like, the ones that really need the spell points are my sorcerer and my cleric. Oh boy. Yes, hard dungeon. Let's remember that. Ow. That was nice. Okay, let's cure poison. If I don't cure it now, I think what happens if I try to rest now, as in like go to an inn, travel or rest by using the rest mechanic, I think what happens is that I cannot then cure myself of poison no matter the duration. I'm not 100% sure about that, but this seems to be like a childhood memory, let's say, that I am absolutely not going to validate or invalidate. Oh, good. God bless. God bless. Okay. What do you have here? Oh, nice, a magic bow. It's a magic bow of doom. That's not bad. We're gonna give that to... Ooh, Guardian Helm of Defense. Nice, super nice armor class. Who needs it? Actually, you can take it and we can sell this antique Guardian Helm now. Because those two, like, these two won't really need the +2 armor class at this point. You have the increased knockback. I don't really need that. Whereas, like, Doom gives you +1 to pretty much all your stats. It's not terribly good, but the base damage on this bow is better than the one previously, and the chance to hit, so I'm just gonna go with that. Okay, let's see. Blue liquid. Any more blue barrels? No. So white, you need this. Who needs might? You two need might. So I'm gonna give these two red liquids to Zoltan. And then we have a green here. Pretty much everybody needs more endurance. My endurance is fairly low, which means I can just pretty much die as soon as I get knocked out at this point. Because the enemies do deal a fair bit of damage. Okay, so who needs more speed? You still need the speed. Okay, good. We are a bit stronger now. Nice amount of gold in these beds. I'm not sure if the gold is a fixed amount, but the items that you get from the beds are fixed. I'm gonna wait for this ogre raider to come. Oh, and a chieftain. It's a lot easier to handle monsters if you kill them one by one, because you have more of a chance to, mini stun them because of the damage that you do. So try to take things easy. That's just a general advice. Okay. Now I always screw this up. I wonder if this is the correct lever for the door that I actually want to open. Because I'm not entirely sure. And I'm going to explain what I'm doing in just a moment, but let me just check if this is if it was the right lever. No, it wasn't. Okay, I always mess this up. So we're gonna go back, flick this lever again. Because I want to show you guys something that makes this dungeon much easier. Because imagine us fighting like all of these guys at once. That would have been, whew, not a good thing. Trust me. Like even at this point, it would have taken like, it would have taken like Lloyd's Beacon resets. It would have taken, ooh, plate armor. That is strange. Should I go for personality or? I have 85 and now I have 83, so that's 2 spell points. You know what, let's go for the cold resistance. Might actually be better. That's weird. I didn't know that they can drop plate armor. Strange. Never happened. Never happened before. We're gonna flick this lever. So this lever doesn't really do anything. I'm going to sort of abuse the AI a bit. I'm gonna make them come all the way down here. It's much easier doing this with Wizard Eye, by the way. And I'm gonna stay here in this corner. Or on this side. And again, I'm just holding B. I'm not attacking, I'm just holding B. B is basically, you know, to pass my turn. I want all of the enemies to be bunched in this corner here. If you can see on the Wizard Eye minimap, then I'm going to just run here on sort of like to this side. I'm just going to let these guys come here. And why? Well, because we can actually hit them safely. But you have to be in real-time mode. And this is how you cheese this dungeon. Now, if anybody is mad at me for doing this, well, you have full right of being mad, because this is quite cheesy, I want to say. But you know what? If I tried fighting this, I want to say properly, we would have been in a whole bunch of trouble. And this is one of those quests that you can actually do very easily. You basically don't even need to, you know, clear the rooms. So you only need to get through, so 2 fixed ogres here, 2 fixed guards here, and then just a bunch more. I think it's like 2 ogre raiders here and 2 lieutenants here. That is basically all that you need to kill in this dungeon by not cheesing it. And a very small group of enemies right here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to flick this lever to open the door that we just used to kill all of these enemies. We're going to go for Heroism and Bless because there's going to be another group of enemies that we haven't aggroed. And it's going to be a couple of captains or a couple of guard type enemies. Let me just recast Torchlight and Wizard Eye. There we go. And there's going to be a group here. Okay, only 1 captain there. Good.
That's beyond my skill.
See, just 1 hit and something broke. This is why, like, this is my main gripe, I would say, with, well, one of 2 main gripes that I have with this game. That kind of, that I very, very much would wish that it wasn't so, but items in Mind Magic 6 break like it's made out of wet tissue paper. I swear to God. Like, a whole bunch of enemies can just basically destroy your items. And it's not that bad with, captains and master swordsmen and veterans, etc. Well, once you get to killing dragons, if you ever want to kill dragons, you know, properly in quotation marks, that is, you will find that pretty much every time you get hit by a dragon, something will break, and that is incredibly annoying. Especially if you only have like repair item on 1 character, you constantly have to switch like inventories and characters and stuff. It gets annoying. It's just bad. And we can actually enchant the Spirit Cutlass, see what we get. Double damage versus dragons, speak of the devil. Or speak of the dragon in this case. Okay, so we're going to abuse the game mechanics once more. We're just going to run here, aggro all of these mobs. We're going to run all the way out. And I bet you already know what I'm doing, but I'm going to flick this lever once again to close the door that we've used before, and we're going to cheese this last group of enemies. I'm probably going to be a bit louder now because I sat up straight near the microphone. So basically what we're going to do is we want to lure as many enemies as possible to like this side. Oh, there's like one more stuck behind that place and he's annoying me. Can we get him here? Yes, we can. Okay, excellent. So he's here. And that is actually all the rest. Like, that is all of the enemies in this dungeon, by the way. Like, once I killed this group and finish off the stragglers, there are no more enemies in this dungeon. And like I said, yes, it is very cheesy. You can use this tactic if you want to. You can not use it if you don't want to. But it is a way of finishing these this area quickly. There we go. You sort of have to hug the wall and angle yourself in a way that you can actually use melee to finish off these guys. And remember, you mustn't be in you must not be in. Oh, let me get a bit closer. No, a bit further, possibly. It's a bit finicky. I've just discovered this not too long ago. Okay, so we have to be a bit more further back. So as far as I understand, they have a hitbox, and they probably sort of like clip, I don't know, near the edge of this gate that opens, and there's just enough pixels for you to be able to, you know, hit them in melee. There was a previous strat that I used for this because you can also sort of hit them through this gap here. But this way is much faster and much easier to execute, I feel like. So feel free to use it. It's something I discovered not too long ago, actually. By a complete accident, so... that is a very good way of killing the enemies here. And in general, I find this to be the best way of finishing this dungeon easily. Like, you can literally come here. I would almost say like literally at level 1, if you feel like tackling the lieutenant and the ogre raiders in the lever rooms, and the guards and the ogres in the rooms with the switches. Okay, so we want to flick this switch right here. Got it. Open this chest to get into this hidden chamber. Got it. Aha. Oh, regenerate spell point over time. Oh, I love this. I love this. Straight on, yes. So now we basically have unlimited heals. Super good. Because, like, my cure wounds costs 5 spell points. Okay. But we do get, like, a steady influx of spell points as we go on. So, this is going to be... like, this is one of the most important enchantments to have. Oops, that was the wrong one. So we don't need this letter from the Dragon Riders, but we do need the Dragon Tower keys, which is why we're here in the first place. And we're going to rest. And we're going to cast Town Portal, go to Whitecap. And I'm going to show you something, guys. This is the reason that we actually did this. So we have to grab the tower keys to complete Eric von Stromgard's quest to promote our archer to battle mage. But we can also take the warrior mage quest, which is to use the keys to lock the towers that keep spewing fireballs at us. And the towers are located in every major town in Might and Magic 6. But it's gonna take a bit of travel to get there, right? Well, no, because as it turns out, Town Portal will take us to all of the areas that actually have the Dragon Towers in them. So this is the reason why I wanted to do this quest at this point, because you can basically just use your mastery of water magic to Town Portal to all of the different areas, log the Dragon Towers, go to Blackshire, go to Freehaven. We're gonna rest in Freehaven. There we go. Or can we get mana possibly? No, we're gonna get hit points. So we're gonna rest here. Go back to Whitecap. Cast Fly. Because we have finished the first and the second Archer promotion. That is how easy it actually is. Like, it is... If you have Master Water Magic, the Archer to Battle Mage to Warrior Mage promotion is 100% the easiest thing to do. And we already ended Winter for him. That is pretty much it. So that is a thing that you can do. And this second thing I wouldn't call abusive game mechanics. Because, well, you can do that. Like, you can travel normally and flick them, like flick the switches or log the towers normally if you want, but this way is just much easier. And you can do it as soon as you get the keys. If, like I said before, if you have Town Portal. So we're gonna go back to New Sorpigal. I tend to sell things in New Sorpigal because the Town Portal takes me straight to, well, basically the bunched up shops in New Sorpigal. Like, they're quite close to one another, and I prefer selling stuff here. Again, like, my childhood memory is that they also offer you the most money for your things, which again might be wrong. Same as with the training thing. Oh wait, same as with the Iron Fist and Freehaven training thing, but it is absolutely like the closest shop to your Town Portal location. So I usually just use this one. Okay, so now we have 86 gold, and we can get 2 more levels. Chef's Kiss, just super good. So let's go to Freehaven. As you can see, like, we are going to be abusing the hell out of Town Portal now.